Well, Sunrisers Hyderabad, a team that all of us put in our playoffs. I don't think I've come across one person who did not put them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Had a season, probably a first half of season, which was forgettable, and then slowly picked themselves. I think, barring that first match, where they got that 280 plus
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
run,
That seems like an age ago. My goodness.
one of the early matches. But barring that, I think they had a season, I wouldn't say forgettable, I think a decent season, quite a lot of takeaways from them in terms of their batting. Uh, if you give me an option for two batters to play for my life on any given day, I would still go with Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma.
Yes. In the T20 format, destructive as hell.
Yeah.
Uh, I think if you recall in one of our very early episodes, I had mentioned that Indian bowlers have deciphered how to bowl to Travis Head. Came true. Uh, Travis Head, I mean, from his standards, I'm sure he would say that he didn't have a great season, barring a 70 odd here and there, along when Abhishek had that century. Uh, he From his standard it's too low. Also, I have a feeling that they now have to understand that there are more than one gears in a T20 match. It cannot be fifth gear always. You have to sometimes assimilate, return to gear number two, ensure that you've covered all bases, and then go back to gear number five.
Well, I hope that's a learning from this season, and they're not going to be stubborn about that in the future. One of the other things that I would like to see is to have them play class in one down. I'm not very
Yes.
convinced with the kind of a season that Ishan Kishan had.
Yeah.
He's probably a player. I know it might be a harsh call, but just having Klassen coming in at one down, he's your one of your best players, isn't it? One of your biggest buys. So give him more balls to play and sort of anchor the innings and hold the tail together in situations where it's needed. And I think Nitish Reddy also, I think given that he started bowling towards the end of the season, he's also sort of coming good, though he had a forgettable first half.
Mr. Cummins is a World Cup winning WTC winning captain. So I'm assuming his standards were too low also this year. But as an Aussie, I think they'll always come back. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. It's also been the curious case of Mohammad Shami, isn't it? Was it a case of him not? Because what I do think is that if he was not fit enough to probably come in so quickly for the IPL, then it would have probably been better for them to get a replacement. Because by the end of the day, IPL does play a role, and today we do not have. We do not know if that's the reason, but we do not have Mohammad Shami in the scheme of things for the Test matches.
Correct.
Uh, and that is going to play a certain amount of role consciously, subconsciously when the selection is happening. So that was quite a curious scenario that played out with Shami.
I think his recovery has been pushed. Maybe let me rephrase this. He could have recovered better at the NCA, but for some reason he was pushed because of Champions Trophy, IPL, and the uh, English tournament. The English summer approaching. So some reason
Hmm.
something went wrong there because he was in prime form just 8 to 9 months ago,
Yeah.
and to suddenly come back and see him drop his pace, I was surprised by that offering. He could have just said no. I mean, I know he was picked in the auction,
Hmm.
but they could have got a replacement because Shami. We expect so many things from Shami because of the 2023 World Cup,
Yeah.
uh, and plus, I think Shami has to be very honest that at 38, you just have maybe 2 years to go or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think that probably sort of multiplied the problems for Sunrisers, given that Shami was not fit. In fact, if you look at their last time's bowling lineup, it had someone like Natarajan, Bhuvi, probably a lot more better than what they had in terms of a pace attack this time.
Correct.
They also lost Adam Zampa right at the start of the season. I think though they had Dubey coming in
Correct.
later on. But yes, overall, I think a bowling lineup which can definitely be worked with and sort of refurbished, if I may use the word. And yeah, definitely play Klassen at one down.
Klassen
And
needs. I mean, Klassen deserves more than 30 balls. maybe 40, 45 balls is something that Klaasen needs if required, because coming one down, worthwhile.
Yeah. I think SRH overall should again have a good season coming up next year, and definitely, live up to all our hopes and expectations and
Yeah.
make
We have to
playoffs.
tell them that it's okay if you're not chasing 300 every match. We're fine with 220s and 230s. You can still win matches.